Weekly chart of Bajaj Auto. We can see that the price is in a nice uptrend. It has broken above the 50 EMA, smashed through the monthly resistance, smashed through the weekly resistance, now made a high at this area and then gave a nice little pullback. I have drawn this as an area of resistance because it represents the swing high. We are seeing a big bodied red candle. Nothing much right now. We must wait for the next weeks to unfold. Let us see what happens next. So now we have got this another green candle, the small body, the wicks rejecting the weekly support. So this gives us a good bullish bias because the trend is dominantly bullish. We see that the trend is very nice up. There's a good amount of momentum going on with Bajaj Auto. And now we have this candle with the weekly support. Nothing but a good bullish bias. Let me use the Fibonacci tool and see if it's working. I don't think it will work. No, the rejection is far above the Fibonacci level, so there is no Fibonacci support here. Let us go to the monthly and see what we have in the monthly time frame. In the monthly time frame, we are coming from a good sideways movement somewhere here, and now the price has stormed up. It has broken above the 50 EMA, smashed the monthly resistance and is now moving up. So in the monthly too we have a good bullish bias. I'm not seeing anything negative, anything bearish from the monthly time frame either. Let us now go to the daily to see if we have the same bearish bias. If you look at the daily, the price is coming from a nice up move and has started to form sideways movement. If you carefully see, I am seeing a head and shoulders pattern here. If you cannot see clearly, switch to the line chart. This is the left head. Sorry, this is the left shoulder. This is the head and this is the right shoulder. So this forms a head and shoulder pattern. Head and shoulder is a bearish reversal pattern. So if the neckline gets broken, we can expect some fall, and the neckline has got broken with this red candle. But now we are not having any much fall. The price sustained above this weekly support. So the head and shoulders pattern couldn't quite show its power, show its strength. But anyways, we have to be careful as we have seen a good pattern, which is bearish. We are looking for bullish indications to go long because the higher time frames, the weekly and the monthly, are bullish. I'm saying that the price is making lower highs and lower lows. A minor downtrend seems to have started. A very minute downtrend. It is not a strong downtrend. It is a very minute downtrend. So to represent this downtrend, let me draw a trend line. So I've drawn a trend line here. Another good thing about the daily chart is these candles rejecting. The rejecting candles which are rejecting the support, the weekly support. This candle is rejecting support, this is rejecting. Again we have this wick rejection. So these are some good bullish indications. So overall a good trade. If the price breaks above this trend line, we can expect to go long. However, we have to be careful because we have a immediate resistance here, the weekly resistance here. So we need to take care of our risk reward ratio. Let us see what happens next. And we have this big green candle which has smashed through the daily trend line. Now the problem is the candle has approached the area of weekly resistance. So there is not much room left for it to travel. There will be some resistance, there will be some strong selling pressure in this area. So it would be better if we do not take such kinds of trades because there are chances that this resistance proves itself powerful and the price struggles to go past this resistance and ultimately ends up falling down. Anyways, let us assume that we took the trade and let us see how the trade plays out. We will go long. I will use this long positioning tool. We will go long at the close of this candle with a stop loss below the weekly area somewhere here and a 1:1 target like this. Now let us see how the trade performs. See the weekly resistance is showing its strength. The price is not going to break it easily. And the stop loss gets taken out. The price falls down. We could not see a good up move. So I hope it is very clear that because of this weekly resistance, we should not have entered this trade because there was very less room left for the trade to work. We needed the trade to go at least at this level to give us profits, to give us at least 1:1 risk reward. But since we had the resistance immediately, we would not risk on such kinds of trades. Let me delete this. Let us go back to where we were, because now we are analyzing the 75 minutes to see if there are any opportunities there. We were somewhere here when we drew the trend line. Yes, we were somewhere here, right? Now let us go to the 75 minutes to see if there is anything there. In the 75 minutes, the picture is pretty interesting. We are seeing multiple rejections of this weekly area, giving us a good bullish bias. Also, we are seeing a W bottom. You can see the W bottom pattern. So we have good bullish price action from the 75 minutes time frame. And we have the dominant force, that is the weekly and the monthly, on our side. So we have a possibility to enter using the 75 minutes time frame to call it a swing trade, or to enter using the 15 minutes time frame for an intraday trade, because these trades are smaller trades, so we would not be aiming a move up till this area of weekly resistance. In these trades, probably a move up to this area would be sufficient. Let us go to the 15 minutes time frame and see if we can take any trade. In the 15 minutes, the price is coming from a downtrend, but now we are seeing a higher low formed and a higher high getting formed. So a good sign of a trend reversal. Now we are looking for a break above this trend line, this daily trend line, to go along. Let us see. Also, we are seeing a nice W bottom, as you can see. Now the price is going up with a big bullish green candle. One can enter here, but the problem is the wick, so we will wait. We'll go for one more bar. Again the price came back down. We will wait. Nothing much. Again the price fell back down. Came back down. And we are seeing a triple bottom form. And you can see, okay, on this candle we can see that the price has broken above the trend line by a considerable margin, and there is a wick, but the wick is very small as compared to the body. So it is on this candle we can go long. We are seeing two W bottoms, one W bottom here, again a W bottom here. So now pretty much good bullish bias from the intraday time frames as well. So now we can go long here. Since this is an intraday trade, the stop loss would be small, and we can go for quick 1:1. Let us see what happens next. And we get our targets immediately. So the intraday trade worked pretty well. Remember, we used the 15 minutes time frame to make an intraday trade. We used the concept of time frames conflux. We have waited and waited to get all our time frames telling us the same thing, and then we liked to enter this trade. So now we have looked at the entry using the intraday, using the 15 minutes time frame. Let us now go to the 75 minutes to see if we have any swing entry, if we could have entered using the 75 minutes for a swing move. So here we are on the 75 minutes. Let me delete this. Now in the 75 minutes, we saw this big green candle which broke above the trend line. We could have gone right long at the close of this candle and a stop loss below the candle and a 1:1 target. Now the target is very near the weekly resistance but not quite crossing it, so it would have been a average trade. Not a very good trade, not a bad trade. Let us see what happens. And we have our targets. So the swing trade using the 75 minutes time frame was also successful. Let us go to the daily. Let us see how the trade went after this trade. Let me play this just for knowing. The weekly area is being respected. It is being respected nicely. The price is falling down and the price breaks below the 50 EMA in the daily time frame, giving us a good bearishness in this Bajaj Auto. The price also breaks down the weekly support. Let us see what happens next. There was a pretty good big fall. So that is the reason we did not enter on the close of this daily candle, because if we would have entered here, there was an immediate weekly resistance here which didn't allow the stock to move up, and ultimately the stock fell down. But using the swing trade entries using the 75 minutes or using the intraday time frame, that is the 15 minutes, we went long. We could capture a small good move and book some profits. As you keep watching more and more examples and analyzing by yourself on the charts, these things will get clear. Everything is very subjective. I told you in the beginning, there are no rules. I do not teach any rules because I believe that markets do not listen to anybody's rules. If my rules would be so strong, then I would be taking huge amounts of risks and become a multimillionaire within few days. But it's not like that. Markets don't listen to anybody's rules. So that is why it is important for you, for us as traders, to have our own judgment, have our own analytical skills. I'm just giving you a foundation on how to analyze the charts, how to read the charts. To work and to make efforts is on you. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.